this piece of shit?
Oh, communist utopias. The wet dream of every man that commie professors name when they orgasm. I don't care what your opinion is about this ideology, whomst influence is vanishing with every election cycle, but you have to admit, its implication on copyrights and ethics would be extremely conducive to the creation, distribution and discussion of art, if the government doesn't slip into an authoritarian suppressive regime that hates free speech. Don't get me wrong, a lot of scumbags on the internet would still do scummy things and get away with it, but things would be consequenceless if the artists had social security that commies offer. The point I'm trying to make is that YouTube would not be the shit show it is if it was our tube. It is a dream that doesn't have a practical implication. I think we can all agree that without eliminating the need for resources, the moral self will never be rectified and private property couldn't possibly be abandoned. That's my opinion! But here, in this god-forsaken communism-less world, one thing pushes the envelope and demands the law to adapt the new form of content creation more than anything else. M.A.M. Of course, memes are not immune from the bullshit of the red taping around copyright, but the community and the audience wants it not to be, and that's beautiful. All you are expected to care about is that the credit for making the meme goes to the creator, because the essence that communities have agreed upon for the art form dictates that the idea of the joke must be spread from one platform to another. I know I started in the middle and went to Kolkata with this video, so let me bring in some title cards so you can feel there's structure. Like I mentioned earlier, there is only the attribution to the creator but no rules as to who is posting it and showing it to who. I mean, there are a few, but they're so minimalistic that you can almost ignore them. Take for example Grande, a legendary shitposter and meme lord who has contributed a lot to the meme world. Ensures that attribution leads back to him with watermarks. But he also encourages everyone to repost his memes to their platforms. Except YouTube, because, well, your boy needs to earn. And same is the case with almost all the good shitposters out there. Dolan Dark comes to mind as an example. Also, a friend of mine pointed out something interesting about the entire watermark thing. It's more about the fact that Grande approves a meme through his watermark than he leads the credit back to himself, which sort of gives it authenticity, which might have been the primary goal when it comes to putting the watermark on his own work. If you're looking for local examples, Meme Mandir and Suck My Meme Ninja would be good local examples of this code of ethics that come to mind in the Indian scene. A bigger example of how the idea of the meme is more important than the creator himself is showcased in the artistic pursuit of Lush Sucks, a shitposter who spray paints memes on the walls as a graffiti artist. I'm just trying to give you this example to broaden your horizons a little. Almost all of those images or ideas of jokes are his own, but he paints it all and is awarded with the praise and appreciation for his contribution, and even completely supported knowing that he might sell some of those as prints. The lack of ownership in the traditional sense and emergence of the concept of origin has created a new wave of transformative new media content that is in its own right revolutionary.
Please don't demonetize me, gotta pay my bill. Please don't demonetize me, gotta pay my rent. Please don't demonetize me, gotta pay my lawn. And it's tough to be YouTuber, bitch.
Alright, I'm gonna say it and stick my neck out. Copyright waters in the internet age is a weird place to navigate. This guy on a legal platform, like an American legal discussion platform, said the following. Let me get this straight. You want to steal someone's copyrighted work, photo, modify it into a derivative work and defame them with that derivative work. Is that correct? If so, what part of this do you think is legal? But is this really that simple? You're using the photo as a muse to convey an idea of what could be or argued to be transformative content, which is subject to be covered under fair use of content. The problem is that it's peak on YouTube, and the scope of the problem extends far beyond the meme makers. It affects almost everyone. While I understand that there is something that could be considered use of content in bad faith, or should be considered straight up theft when it comes to making a meme as such, I would like to bring to your attention the beautiful ecosystem that would be at risk if they actually pass a law to kill how we understand use of content in transformative sense. At this point, I could take a shit on Article 13, but I think you know about that already, so I'll move on making my point more effectively.
Hey Apple! Hey! Apple! Hey Apple! Hey Apple! Apple! Hey! Hey Apple!
What is it?
Like the intellectual I am, I'd like to go cite the case that Kirby Ferguson makes in his series titled Everything is a Remix. I don't think all of the use of an image to reimagine and repurpose for other purposes is such a bad thing, because it is understood, at least by reasonable people, that individuals are responsible for their own opinions, and the repurposing and rehashing of the same words to derive different meanings could be an art in itself. Therein justifies that common notion that memes have. I'll leave you with the example of Jordan Peterson vs. Peter Jordanson by Shamian, but it's actually series by Sir Froj. Masterpieces of video editing of this decade that wouldn't have existed if memes believed in how copyright traditionally works. And that pushes the boundaries of what it means to be original content. Sol LeWitt, who is considered to be the father of conceptual art, shares a parallel with the meme world, where being and process of his work pushes the society to reevaluate what is art and also push them to think about what it means to be as well. One of the intentional or unintentional statements of these parallels tend to draw is that it pitches art against the commodification of art, at least in its statement. Unintentional statement, sometimes completely interpreted. Together, it makes no sense together, but makes sure that people like me can spend 2 days writing, recording and editing this shit so someone on their way to work could be mildly entertained to mildly infuriated.